I mean, come on. Every 5 pages we get hit with the cinnamon bun. I just tried to film that like TikTok trend where you sneeze, you know, and then come up and you're all done up. Don't try that with lip gloss on. But I'm currently in a literal basement Airbnb. There are very red walls that we are just pretending don't exist. But got a coffee from one of my favorite Seattle spots, Sip House. This is a mint coffee with pistachio cream. So good. So it is time for August Raves and Rejects. This is where I talk about my favorite products from the last couple months. But like usual, I've got a mix of makeup, jewelry, food, books, lifestyle stuff, whatever. So if you enjoy this video while you're watching, you can give it a thumbs up. I always have everything listed down below in the description box and linked if you want to check any of it out. But let's get into talking about it. I love these videos. Okay, let's start off with what I've been putting on every single day underneath my makeup. It's the Charlotte Tilbury SPF 50 sunscreen and primer. I'm going through this stuff. I feel like I'm already like halfway out of it. If I can find a product that has SPF and that is glowy or just gives me like a good kind of base that I like for underneath makeup, then that just saves a step, saves money because you're not using primer and SPF. You can just do a 2-in-1. And this is beautiful under makeup if you like the glass skin, really glowy kind of look. I definitely notice a difference when I use this versus when I don't, just with like how glassy my skin looks. So this basically feels exactly like a lotion consistency, just like a facial moisturizer, but it has SPF in it. It looks like it's gonna be white when it first goes on, but it blends out to be completely invisible and just gives you a really beautiful glow. If you like glowy bases and you like that glass skin look, I think you might really like this. Okay, let's do a lip product that actually really surprised me how much I love this. It's the Haus Labs lip oil. This is in the shade Tint. I'm pretty picky with my lip products in general, I would say, because a lot of them, I just wanna like wipe off my lips after. Some of them I just like can't stand on my lips. Especially with lip oils, I really don't like the ones that feel like too oily, too slippery, or that just like have this really strong taste, which a lot of them do. First of all, there is no scent. Like, I mean, I really can't smell anything with this, not even like a chemical smell where there's not fragrance added, literally nothing. It has this like very cushy kind of applicator where it just feels so comfortable going on. And this shade, as you can see in here, has this kind of like fuchsia tint. This actually tints your lips a bit where I put it on, and even if it comes off if I'm eating or whatever and like the top layer of like the lip oil comes off, it still gives my lips like a nice tinted pinkish fuchsia-ish color, but not to where it's like too intense. And the feel of this on your lips is so unique. It's just like comfortable. It's thick but not too thick. It doesn't have that oily, greasy, slippery feel. Gives you a really pretty glossy finish, and it's moisturizing because it is a lip oil. So this is one that totally surprised me how much I really like this, and I do think I want to order the clear shade of this. This is like the just ate a popsicle kind of pink, you know? I've been so excited to talk about this. I've had to resist on Instagram. I found such a good perfume that I haven't heard anyone talk about. The way I find new perfumes, I try and like Google the notes or look up specifically like musky, amber fragrances, because that's like my usual kind of category that I end up really liking. And I have 2 specifically that I am so in love with that I think you guys will love. If you like Baccarat Rouge 540 or you like Ariana Grande Cloud, which I've talked about before as a favorite, these 2 perfumes, warning, you will be obsessed with if you like those other perfumes I just mentioned. So the first one is the Harmaine Amber Oud Rouge. I'm like falling over. I got this off of fragrance.com. That's where I get all of my perfumes. I wanted to thank them for continuing to support my channel and sponsoring a portion of today's video. I've been working with them for years on YouTube now, but I also have purchased from them for years. I can remember buying from them like in college because they have amazing prices on authentic perfumes. And if you are thinking you need to repurchase one of your favorites or you want a new one to try, they have tons on there. I guarantee you they have the perfume you're looking for. They have thousands of perfumes, and they gave me a discount code for you guys where you can get 30% off with the code TW30 on top of the already marked down prices. So basically, super good deal. I'm gonna have the ones I'm talking about today listed down below, but I don't think I've been this excited for a perfume in a while. This is basically, I think it smells super similar to Ariana Grande Cloud, which is also, people say, a dupe for Baccarat Rouge 540. Super similar to that, but a little bit stronger and longer lasting. And since I've been wearing this, I've already had 2 people come up to me just like out and about. It's basically like Ariana Grande Cloud on crack, and that is a perfume that I used for months, like every single day I was in it, in the phase, and I still absolutely love that one. Next level. Oh my god, it smells incredible. I'm gonna put the notes on the screen here, but basically what I usually go for are like bergamot, musk, vanilla, This one is very sweet, but it actually smells like sweeter in the bottle than it does when it's actually on my body. And the second one, this is the Dior Hypnotic Poison. And I actually found out about this one because my friend in Jordan, when I was in Amman, she showed me this perfume, and this was actually her wedding day scent. And I smelt it and I was like, oh, that is good. This is in a similar family. Like, these definitely have similar scent notes, but this one is more powdery and like has a little something different. This one smells like a little bit more mature to me, but it still has that muskiness that I love. So if you like a little bit powdery over sweet, you might prefer the Dior one. This one was also really long lasting on me, and I did pick up a third one on there. This one I like. It's not going to be like one of my go-to fragrances, but it's very different from the other two, so I just wanted to mention it in case those aren't like your kind of scent. What is this one? Doesn't say on here. This is the REM perfume. This one I do like. It's just not like the level of those two for me. This one reminds me of a Victoria's Secret or maybe even Bath and Body Works fragrance I used to have. Again, I'll put the notes on the screen here. This one is like more fresh. This almost smells like a springy, summery scent to me. It still smells really good. It's just not at the level that these are for me. These are like, whoa. So again, I'll have fragrance.com linked down below if you want to get 30% off with the code TW30. It'll stack on top of the already discounted prices. So everything I mentioned is down below. Next up, let's do a bronzer favorite. I've talked about and used this in a few videos now, but it's the Makeup by Mario Soft Sculpt Transforming Skin Enhancer in the shade Light Medium. This is really unique. I have cute little brush hairs in here. It's basically like a cream, like when you touch it, it's a cream product. It does feel like a very lightweight cream. I apply it with like a loose powder brush and it goes on fine. I don't apply this product like I typically would a cream bronzer. It's very airy and lightweight, and it does dry down to like kind of a more powdery finish while still having this like insanely beautiful natural glow. It's what's on my forehead today and on my cheeks, and it just looks so effortless, so natural. You can use this if you just have SPF on and you just want to like warm up your face. The color and the tone is perfect for me. It's not too orange. It gives you probably one of the most natural bronze kind of looks I found because you don't have to work to blend this out. It's more sheer buildable. So because of that, it is really hard to go overboard with this, and it just like melts into your skin. I really don't have anything I can think of in my collection that compares to this. It's very unique. You have to love a glow though, because this does definitely add a glow. So the lip product that I have on right now, Lawless Forget the Filler. This is their new gloss in the shade Cherry Vanilla. So I've been using this one for months now. This is the shade Daisy Pink. I'm almost out of this one. This is like the prettiest baby doll pink color I've talked about so many times. Cherry Vanilla though, oh man, it is insanely pretty. It is like your lips but better. It's not super noticeable that you like have on lip color, but it just makes your natural lips look so pretty and like plump and juicy and shiny. I like to use it by just doing a little bit of Iconic Nude Charlotte Tilbury, not all over. I just do a little bit on the bottom, a little bit on the top, and then fill it in with this. The scent is cherry, but it's interesting. When I put it on, I don't notice the scent at all, and I don't like scented lip products, especially like fruity ones. So usually that would be like a big no for me, but this, when it goes on, I don't notice the cherry at all. And because it has this like cooling sensation, that's mostly what I'm noticing. It is like a thicker gloss, but it's not sticky at all. It's still like very smooth, and it just makes your lips like look smoother, kind of like fills in the lines a bit. I love the formula of these glosses so much, and they do have other shades, so if these shades aren't like appealing to you, you could, you know, check out the others. Next up, I have a cream highlight product. If you like that just very natural, wet look, no glitter, literally just like your skin looks radiant kind of look, you will love this. It's the Merit Kava Highlighting Balm. The shade is Kava. I'm going to show you actually putting this on because I'm looking super glowy right now, but I actually don't have highlight on yet. So I just like to use my finger and go like this and tap it on, and you can see like instantly that reflect. I just think this is so pretty for people who, again, just want that like very natural skin look. This just adds that extra glow where it's like, wow, what is that girl's skincare routine, you know? But it's really just highlighting balm. Oh, it's so pretty. And it goes over powder totally fine. I do have powder actually all over my face right now, which I'm going to talk about. But this is one of those cream products that is very lightweight. Doesn't give that gross texture. It just like lays fine over top. Speaking of powder, let's talk about the powder. So this is the Essence 16-Hour Cover and Last Powder Foundation. I first tried this in a first impressions video. By the way, that video, all my videos usually go up like at least a week after they're actually filmed. So if you're seeing some of the products that were featured in that video, I've been testing them for longer than you've seen it. You know what I mean? But anyways, this is technically a powder foundation, and I have the shade 05 Classic Vanilla. The way I view all powders is whether it's marketed as a powder foundation or just a pressed like setting powder, you can use them however you want. I love using powder foundations to set my face or to set parts of my face because it really just comes down to the formula. If you find a powder that's marketed as a powder foundation, but it looks really lightweight and smooth and like lighter coverage, then that's basically just a pressed setting powder. I actually haven't tried this on its own yet, so I can't say when used with like a dense brush or a sponge like what the coverage is, but the way that I love to use this, and it looks friggin' incredible, is just like setting my face with like a light dusting of powder all over the place. This is probably one of the most undetectable lightweight powders I've come across. Like comparing this to the e.l.f. Camo Powder Foundation, which I do love, e.l.f. has way more coverage, is way more mattifying. This one, I would say, it's interesting. Like on its own and with certain products, it definitely gives like a full matte finish. But then if I have a super glowy base, like today I have on that Charlotte Tilbury primer, and then I put on the L'Oreal foundation that I've been trying, which is super glowy. Like both of those together are very glowy. So then when I put this powder over top, I have it on everywhere right now. And I mean, you literally can't tell I have a powder on. And also the glow still comes through. It just takes it down a couple notches and gives this like very flattering, smooth, soft finish to the face. Helps my makeup stay on better, like smooths around my pores. It is slightly smoothing and blurring for sure. It really just depends on what you have underneath. But like right now, I would say it gives me more of like that satin finish, and it's super affordable. It's Essence, all around just great powder. This tanner, I've been waiting to really talk about this in a video because I've mentioned it here and there on like Instagram and in vlogs and stuff, but this tanner is the Colastar Milano Body Lake Magic Drops. So basically when I was in Italy, I asked on Instagram what tanner I should get because it was really hard to find self tanners there. This one is made in Italy, but you can get it on Amazon if you're in the US or Canada, but it is like double the cost in the US as it is in Italy. So if you happen to be in Europe, this is carried, I think a lot of you said it, you had it in Turkey, and I think you can get it in other European countries. So if you happen to be traveling, you can pick this up there for like half the price. But even so, I love this so much that I'm almost out of this, and I am going to be repurchasing it on Amazon for double the price because it's still for like 40 bucks on Amazon. I mean, that's around what a lot of high-end tanners cost from like Sephora. Basically, this is one of the most unique, effortless, and natural looking colors I have ever come across. It's like a tinted gel that is very fast drying, dries down, and is one of, actually it's the only tanner I can think of that I own that I literally put this on. Did this 2 days ago. It was like 5 p.m. I was getting ready to go out to dinner. I was wanting to wear this shirt, a white shirt. I put this on. In a couple hours, I had like a pretty tan developing, and it doesn't transfer onto a white shirt. I'm wearing the same shirt today, so like you would see it if it transferred on. I haven't reapplied it since then. I can't even tell you how beautiful this color looks like in real life. If you have fair skin, it just gives you that natural out in the sun look without looking orange at all. It's buildable, like you can apply it the next day and it doesn't look weird. It doesn't like fade off in a super weird way. That's what I used the entire 2 months that I was abroad, and I basically would just put it on every like 2 to 3 days. It's just one of the most like no fuss tanners I've ever come across because it doesn't streak bad. You can just like throw it on and go, or put it on at night. Don't need to wash it off. There's no like extreme color guard. It just naturally develops like pretty quickly. There's no instructions on like how much you're actually supposed to use of this. So the first couple times I was like scared that I was putting on too much, but basically I do 4 pumps on my arms and then like 3 pumps on the bottom leg, top leg. And I think as I usually do like 3 or 4 on my chest. And I do think that rubber gloves might be better. I haven't had rubber gloves with me, but I've just been using my tanning mitt, but I do feel like that absorbs a lot of the product. So maybe try it with rubber gloves. But if you're someone who just really doesn't want to deal with like the whole process of tanning and then removing it and scrubbing and exfoliating, like I really think this is just like the most no fuss tanner I've come across. It just really does it for me. Doesn't streak bad on my hands. Just all around beautiful. Very curious if you try this, what you think of it. So do let me know. But especially if you have fair skin, like it's hard to find ones that don't turn you orange, and this is a winner. did I even finish the story? I found this through you guys on Instagram because a ton of you told me to buy this and that it was like the most beautiful tanner, and I'm so happy I found it. The Charlotte Tilbury tones are just something else. This is the Pillow Talk Lip and Cheek Glow in Color of Dreams. So technically you can use this for your lips. I haven't tried that for my lips yet. The pan, like the color looking at it in the pan is nothing that I would normally be like wowed by, but that is what tends to always happen with Charlotte Tilbury products, is like it looks just underwhelming in the pan, but then when it's on your face, something magical happens and the tones are just spot on. It doesn't lift up the foundation underneath. It definitely is glowy. It is like a very balmy formula, so it definitely has a substantial amount of glow, but just the way that it blends on my face and like the tone of it just looks so flattering with whatever look I'm doing. It's just one of those that I consistently want to reach for. Last lip product, I promise. I'm still in my lip phase, but this is the Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lip Plump. There's like 2 different formulas of these. I did try a different one. This shade Cherry Blossom though is the winner. So it looks like in here, like it's going to be kind of a mauve color. It's like this light pinky looking mauve thing. But on the lips, this is basically like the perfect throw in your purse and go kind of lip product for me. I'll put it on top of, I have the, the Lawless on right now, but just so you can see a little bit. It feels like a really moisturizing, comfortable tinted chapstick almost, but like very juicy, very hydrating, super hydrating. Like if you have dry lips, I think you'll love this. It has like a light pink, but very natural tint to where I can use this when I don't have any other makeup on, and it smells like coconut, but not overpowering. I love the scent of this. Did I just get that on my nose? It feels like buttery and cushy on the lips. And like the amount of gloss, the lights are up here, so I'm trying to get it so you can see the amount of gloss in it and like sheen is just beautiful. It's one of those products that you want to just like keep putting on your lips. And I love that it has this very minty, cooling feel. Kind of like the Lawless, but I would say this one is more cooling. Let's get into some of the more like random products now. So this is the Downy Wrinkle Releaser Fabric Spray. I remember Rach using this stuff in college, and I don't know why it's taken me so many years of my life to buy this and like use this. You spray it on your clothes, you let it I let it sit for like 10 seconds usually, just so it's not like wet, and then you just smooth out your clothes, and something in this like actually works. It says tug and smooth with hands and hang or lay flat. And it just like actually gets out the wrinkles pretty well for not using an iron or a steamer. It depends on the fabric. Like some materials it'll really work well on and just like completely smooth it out without you having to use an iron or a steamer or anything. Other fabrics, like this shirt for example, is just, it wrinkles more. So this one like I would need to use a steamer with. This is just like a good thing to have when you're traveling, or if you're just not an ironing kind of gal, you want to get the wrinkles out. This is just really good to have because it's actually effective. And I'm just like surprised how well this stuff works. Just make sure you're following the directions. You can't just spray it and leave it. You do have to like smooth it out with your hands. Okay, next let's do a jewelry favorite. So these silver hoops, these exact ones, like this pair, I've had for, I want to say about a year now. And a couple weeks ago, I was like putting these on. I'm like, wow, because these were from Amazon, and it's always really hit or miss with like cheaper jewelry where it'll likely turn colors. You never really know. But I was looking at these and I was like, I've had these in like every possible climate. They're under 15 bucks and they have lasted amazing for like that price point. So because of that, I ordered a gold pair, which I have in right now. I love the size and I love that they're like pretty chunky, thick guys. But the thing that I really love with these is that they're extremely lightweight. A lot of hoops just feel like heavy on my head, and if earrings kind of like bug you, you will love these because they're super lightweight. You don't even like notice them on your face. Next up is a drink favorite. I tried these from Thrive Market first, the root beer flavor, and now I am friggin' hooked. You can get these at a bunch of different grocery stores. If you're shopping online, Thrive Market, you can get them on there too. Basically, they're prebiotic sodas. The whole can only has 25 calories. Every flavor I've tried out of these has been incredible. They're basically like more flavored than having just like a sparkling water like LaCroix or whatever. It actually tastes like a soda, and the root beer is good. I'm like surprised because it's hard to nail down like Coke and root beer kind of like fake sodas, You don't want to be having like real soda. This is a good alternative. Another product that is, okay, this one's really niche because I like really can't find this online. I have looked, I've scoured the internet. I cannot find a link to this online. It's an Italian brand. You're gonna have to be in Italy to be able to buy this. This is a sunscreen, okay? It's a sunscreen. I got this because I needed a body sunscreen. Since then, what I've been using this for is, yes, a sunscreen. It's great that it has sun protection, but this is the most beautiful body glow product. I use this almost every day now on my legs, on my chest. I have it on my chest right now. Don't have it on my arms yet, so I wanted to wait so that you could see. But when it goes on, it looks like it's gonna be like a super white sunscreen. I remember when I first got this, I was like, uh-oh. But then it just dries down to feeling like you have like a lotion on, but it gives you the prettiest sheen. It's not glittery, but it does give you the sheen to where it's like noticeable that your body just looks like very healthy and glowy. I'm like half out of this. And this is something that I like will continue to buy if I'm back, just to use like on my legs and chest as like a body glow product. So if you happen to be in Italy, you have to pick this up. And if you want to start a business, you know, maybe buy 5 million bottles of this and put it on Amazon. It does smell like a sunscreen. It is a sunscreen, but if you're putting perfume on after, like, I don't notice that it's like, you know, whoa, that girl smells like sunscreen. Another food favorite. So I love Smart Sweets, any kind of like healthier alternative to candy. I usually try out, and I've repurchased these a few times now. They're the Project 7 Sour Apple Rings. So these have no artificial sweeteners, colors, flavors, or preservatives. So like natural sour apple gummies in 12 pieces. There's only 60 calories and 3 grams of sugar. These are really good. You can get them on Sprouts. I'll have to check actually if you can get these on Thrive Market. You probably can. Really good. If you're into like Smart Sweets and that kind of thing, try these out. So I recently did a whole video repacking, reorganizing all of my stuff right now. And I wanted to highlight this bag because this is one that when I first got it, I thought I was going to use it for makeup. I got this off Amazon. I don't even know what to call this bag because it's literally just like a throw all the random shit in your purse bag, you know, where you can organize all that random stuff floating around in your purse or your carry-on or your tote bag, whatever. So even if you're not traveling, this is just like a good like tote bag kind of organizer. So you unzip it and it has like a bunch of different compartments. So I use it for my carry-on. That's the way I've been using it. So I have like a bunch of medications to where if my checked stuff gets lost, I have enough medications for like a week in here. Zipper pouches. And then on this side, I have like pens and ponytails, injections, CBD oil, roll-on. It's just like the perfect bag to organize all of the random shit that's usually like floating around in your bags. It's like the perfect size. It's compact. It's nice quality. Also in that video, if you missed it, I reorganized all of my makeup. So I just wanted to quickly highlight the 2 bags that I end up using for all my makeup that's with me and that I love. The setup has been perfect for me. I have all my makeup brushes in here and then all of my makeup in this bag. There's 2 different sides. So for me, I keep like half the ones I'm still testing, half other ones I know how I feel about. And then there's like zipper pouches, just really good. If you need a travel bag or not even for makeup, you could use half of it for makeup and the other half for like your little shampoos and body wash and all that kind of stuff, toothbrush, everything else. So you could just have everything in this one bag if you have less stuff. Coffee break. Also, wow, I'm starving. Last kind of beauty product is the Eva NYC Main Magic Hair Fragrance. So basically this is like, it's a perfume, but for your hair. If you like the ambery, you know, sweet kind of scents, you will love this. Smells incredible. It smells like their split end treatment that I also use and the 10-in-1 spray, like holy grail status for me as far as hair products, but goes really good with the other 2 perfumes I mentioned as well. So a show rave of the month that I had always heard about. I don't know why I never watched, actually I do know why. The show is The Handmaid's Tale. I always heard people talking about it over the years, but I'd never watched it because the name of it for some reason to me was like really off-putting. I thought it was going to be about like something medieval. I'm not into like the medieval era at all. Like shows, books, I just can't do it. I have zero interest. And for some reason, just by the name of it, like I thought that's what it was going to be. I started The Handmaid's Tale a few weeks ago and I'm already on season 3. Please don't give any spoilers. It's set in like today's time. Let me just read the summary. It's the story of life in a dystopian place called Gilead in the future where it's a totalitarian society in what was the United States. It's ruled by a fundamentalist regime that treats women as property of the state. There's like plummeting fertility rates and birth rates and all these issues where basically women essentially become like sex slaves. It's in current day, and some of the things that happen in this are just, I mean, I really think like everyone should watch this show because some things that are like currently happen just hit like a little bit too close where you can just see certain things. There's a slippery slope, you know? And so it's just like a good reminder. It's an incredible show and it's super effed up and it's super emotional, but it's also like, I think important to see. And it's like a good reminder of how quickly certain things can turn, like now in current day with some things going on. Some scenes are like very hard to watch, trigger warning. but it's incredible. I'm back on the Kindle grind. I've been cranking through the books. I use Libby. It's the library app where you can get free Kindles, you just rent them. So I have a rave and a reject book favorite. Let me pull it up here. The rave is 1,000 Splendid Suns. Heartbreaking, like just horrible, tragic story, but such a good book. I will say it took me like halfway to get into it, and then it started really getting good. So it is kind of like slow for the first half, but just get through the first half because the second half of the book is just incredible, and it's just such a like powerful story. That's like one of the best sellers, one of the books like a lot of people talk about, and so I wanted to read it. I'm kind of trying to read like those kind of books, and then I'll do some like fluffy light ones in between, because that after that book I was like, I'm gonna need a light romance up in here. So that's what I did. I then read, come on, wake up faster, Kindle, Maybe in Another Life by Taylor Jenkins Reid. So that was the author that did the Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, which I did read. I have a book highlight on my Instagram if you want to know like my thoughts and ratings on some of the books I've read. But that was the same author. Apparently that was one of her earlier books. You can definitely tell, like, I just thought it was pretty poorly written. This is the reject book, by the way. First of all, so many fucking mentions of cinnamon rolls. Like, I mean, come on. It was like cute the first couple times, and then it was like every 5 pages we get hit with the cinnamon bun. But once I got to the ending, I was like, there's no way that was the ending. I just thought there had to be like more to the story. It's like a parallel universe kind of concept, which I love. I love like movies and books about like parallel universe stuff, where it's like if you made one different decision, what can happen with your life, because I always think about that stuff in real life. So I thought like the concept of this book I would really like. Just don't waste your time on it. I have read Midnight Library, but if you have any other parallel universe kind of books that you loved, let me know down below. I would love to read it. Right now I'm reading The People We Met on Vacation. I'm only 6% in, so I'm literally just starting it. But like I said, I just want like a couple light, easy reads and just like fun ones, and then I'm gonna hit myself with another one. I have The Warmth of Other Suns on here that I think I'm gonna read. But now let's get into the other rejects, since I just kind of started on that. So a makeup reject this month is the Taupes by Juvia's Place palette. I was super excited. I tried this in the first impressions video. I was very excited to try this out because the shades looked like, I mean, I just love cool tones, so I thought I was gonna really like this. They just don't last, and they literally like disappear on my eyes. I've tried it with different primers, with just concealer, with no primer. It's a very interesting formula. They literally just disappear, the mattes and the shimmers. You could pass on this. And then my other beauty reject is this tanner. I got this when I got back to the US in Atlanta, so I've been trying this one, for almost a month now. It's the B-Tan Love at First Tan Violet Base. This is only $10 on Amazon, so I was very curious to try it. So I was really torn on this one because when it first goes on, like the first day or two, the color looks really pretty. It looks really even. It doesn't look too orange. It doesn't look streaky. Like, it looks nice for 2 days. You get 2 good days, and then it really goes downhill. On the 3rd day, it gets like incredibly patchy, and then it just gets worse and worse looking as the days go on. But the issue with this is that it's one of those tanners that is very hard to scrub off. So it's like you're extremely patchy and it's hard to get off. And I tried layering it, you know, like I do with the Colastar, where if it does start looking patchy, some tanners you can just do another layer. Yeah, this one, don't do that. So this is just like the opposite of the Colastar. This too much fuss, too much work for the results. All right, I think that was all of my raves and rejects. I'm gonna have everything I talked about listed down below in the description box. And again, if you wanna check out fragrance.com, you can get 30% off your order with the code TW30, lowercase. As always, thank you for spending 20 minutes, a half hour with me and watching. If you made it to the end of this video, comment the word poppy. Or root beer. Comment root beer. Or poppy. Whatever you want. But I do have a bunch of past raves and rejects videos if you want to see my past favorites. So I'll leave my playlist link down below as well. But I love you guys. Thanks for watching. See you in my next video. Bye.